I've got over 1,000 hours in Arena Breakout already. And today, I've decided I'm going to give you 21 of my favorite fighting tips to help you win more of your gunfights. You can trust me because I've been #1 in this game along with 5 others on the mobile platform for FPS shooters. And I get so much coin fighting a lot of people that I end up just doing goofy challenges like this 0 to hero. A little 1v3 spray? First up is always carry spare mags. This was something I actually learned in the 0 to hero series, is that having no mags or only one was going to be detrimental to the health of your character. As more often than not, when you're in a team fight, especially when playing solo, you'll find yourself running out of bullets very fast. More often if they rush you. Oh my god! No, I had no bullets! Number 2, always click low ping preference before starting a game. I know it seems trivial, but trust me, if you swipe up on the app, it'll turn the setting off. So when you open it back up again, you're gonna need to turn it on again. But this will help you not get obliterated through walls. You're probably thinking, why? People don't have wall hack in this game. How would that even happen? Well, if you go out and peek at somebody like this clip and go back in straight away, they will still see you for a brief second longer if your ping is super high, which will cause this to happen. I didn't think he seen me! Terrible, right? Don't go into a fight unprepared. If you're new to the game or even just mediocre at it and not a skilled player, you don't want to go into a fight if you're not fully healed, any of your body parts are red or black, and or you don't have your guns reloaded, as this will be a disastrous decision. Bro, the game just started. Always drop your backpack before fighting. It will free up a ton of weight to make sure that your stamina stays around longer so that you can run and engage and also disengage from fights. Okay. Also, it will increase jump height the lower down in weight you are. It's got nothing but positives. And just think about it. If you die, you were gonna lose your stuff anyway. So what was the need for the backpack in the first place? And then if you live, your backpack's usually in a safe spot for you to go run back and get to it. This is gonna be controversial, but if you want to win the majority of your gunfights, you want to use a category of weapon that is the most versatile. That's not gonna be a shotgun. It's definitely not gonna be a sniper. It's probably not gonna be a submachine gun either. You want to use assault rifles if your priority is just winning as many gunfights as possible, because they are hands down the most versatile archetype of a weapon ever in Arena Breakout, especially guns like the FAL.
Oh my god, holy crap.
Or the Edge 416.
Ain't no way I just got that 1v4.
Not only that, but the frickin' AEK that was released this season is also amazing.
W.
AK is also the gun that I use to get #1 in the leaderboards with, so I'll stand behind that thing forever. You don't always need to be aggressive. If you find yourself in a slight stalemate with the team that you're engaging with, you don't need to run out in the open just to try and get a kill. That's not going to benefit you at all. Most often, you're going to die. Wait a bit. Check your surroundings. See if you can come up with a tactic or strategy to outplay the opponents that are holding the ground in front of you. Think of it like the space between them and you is like no man's land. You don't really know what's going to happen in there. Behind that line is all coverage and area that you can use to your benefit in order to take that team out.
I can open the door.
This goes on to my next tip. You don't need to tech every fight. Sometimes, especially when solo or even in a duo against a squad, you're going to be outmatched significantly. And the best option that you have is to just retreat. Think of it like it's real life. If you go into a 50-50 matchup or a fight where you don't have the significant advantage, are you going to tech that in real life? No, you're not. So don't do it in Arena Breakout unless you don't care about your coin value. If that is so, then by all means, try and go for your crazy clips like I do. Here's an example.
Boom. Boom. Got him.
If you're in farm, wear tier 3 gear minimum. And if you're in Valley, Northridge, Fort, or Armory, wear tier 4 minimum, especially applicable for Armory. Tier 4 at least. It's either tier 4 or you're just going naked with an AX50 and trying to steal somebody else's gear. Because everyone is running at least M855s, A1s, and above, along with M80 ammo. That goes on to the next tip, which is buy high tier ammo. The greatest risk in life is not taking any risk, guys. Do you think Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates got to where they are today because they didn't want to risk their money in real life? The same applies to Arena Breakout. You're never gonna become one of the best players in the game by using terrible ammo all the time. You need to risk and buy that good stuff so that you can take out those teams with ease and steal all their loot. Find one perfect gun that you love to use and master it before moving to anyone else. A great starter, in my opinion, would be the FAL, because you can kit it out relatively cheaply, whereas something like the H416 is gonna cost you a lot, along with the AEK. This may seem simple and understandable for a lot of you watching this, and maybe it's even stupid of me to say, but it needs to be said. Always bring white meds, surgicals, and painkillers. These 3 are essential to your survival on any map. Things like drink, food, and even bandages, you can get away with leaving those behind, but the other 3, you have to bring them. If you hear any shots whatsoever and it wasn't at your team or you nearby, there's a team close. So turn up your game audio, heighten your senses, and lock it in, because you're about to get into a firefight.
Oh my god.
Speaking of firefight, if you've just got out of one, it's important to check how much health is left on your armor. If it's significantly lower than it should be, look over those dead bodies and find someone with either the same tier or a tier above your armor that has more health and grab it instead. This will help you greatly survive your games. Always pre-aim corners when peeking, especially inside close quarters areas, as there's usually a person ratting, trying to get that juicy loot from you.
I didn't even know that spot existed.
This will help you win more gunfights as you're always prepared. Yes, Sirski! Always buy a face shield for any helmets that you have that use them. For example, this one or this that uses the DK6. Obviously, if you're rocking the frickin' biker helmet, you don't need to buy a face shield, but any that does, make sure to do it, as it could save your life. Make the enemy run out of supplies. If you can bait as many nades as possible to the point where they don't have any more to throw, it means you, with all the other nades, have the ultimate advantage for sticking them, for using your nades to get them exactly where you want them, and then throwing that final Hail Mary to land right in front and explode. Or you can use it to make them go wherever you want and then end up just killing them with your gun. Either is fair game. If you're new or just average at Arena Breakout, one of the best ways to get better is to watch other YouTubers or streamers. If you want to see actual live gameplay, I do stream here on the channel and you can check it out. Or you can go watch my other tips videos to get better at fighting, as well as a challenge series. This would be a good time for me to tell you to subscribe. If you do see shots across the map and you realize that they're not scavs at all, that's 2 real teams fighting. That means that you could go in for the third party and get 2 teams loot for the price of 1, as you'll come in as a surprise attacker and more often than not eliminate everyone.
W.
If if by any reason you've decided to not take my tip earlier and use high tier ammo, you can opt to use low tier and then shoot legs and arms to get kills quicker. This is especially apparent with the MP5 dum-dum strategy, which if you use, I just don't like you in the first place, and unfortunately me and you cannot be friends. I just can't respect somebody that uses MP5 dum-dum. It's just not in my nature. However, it is a strategy that does get used quite often, and if you haven't tried it, you should definitely check it out. Watch the kill cams when you die, because the players you're going against are obviously better than you since they killed you. Maybe they got lucky sometimes, but more often than not, you just get outplayed, and you're gonna need to learn how you got killed. The best way to do that is by watching the kill cam. Lastly, if you want to find out what ammo is good for what gun, when you're looking at those kill cams, check the ammo and also the gun that killed you, because it may have just became meta. This will be the best way to do it if you don't decide to become a subscriber here, as when the balances of nerfs and buffs happen, you'll be able to look at other people's guns and ammo and see which ones are kind of more used. With that being said, subscribe for more Arena Breakout tips.